Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Sekouwrites. Rights. I'm your host of Get Rich 101. As you can see, I'm dragging a little bit today, but I'm gonna get there. And I'm still doing my show. So I share. So let me get my list from Mama and them. Let's see. Where's my mom's list? Well, I don't see it right now, but I'm going to. Oh, here we go. So thank you for tuning in today. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm a winner. Winner. I think I have a better word than that. But a survivor of of a hemorrhagic stroke. I knew that this cat was going to jump up here. The cat just jumped up. See his cat. This cat just jumped up here. Okay, so hemorrhagic stroke. Mom told me to write it out phonetically. So hemorrhagic stroke, and I was yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thanks, Fee. Thank you. She's giving me lights. He's giving me lights. There we go. Yeah, and Nelson is right here. Nelson is right. Can you see him? There he is. There he is. There he is. All right. So anyway, thanks to New Thought Media Network for helping me out, for helping me believe that now is better than perfect. Thank you for everyone who has helped me in this process. Ashe. Now, presentation topics. Our presentation topic from now until I decide to change is my trip to LA. And yeah, trying to get Nelson in the shot. All right, there he is. Okay, so yeah, my theme for this week, possibly for this month, is my trip to LA. And what I'm doing is trying to unpack on stage here what I had, what showed up differently for me. Because I'm trying to distill it. Because I got to distill it quickly so I can get to moving it. Because both Fee and Reverend Melissa asked me, what am I going to do to trade differently? Right? What am I going to do to trade differently? And I've been thinking about that. And I'm not really sure. But I tell you that having the experience of someone who made it from earning $30,000 a year, doing DoorDash and doing things that I'm doing, and then changing his life to where he's making $1.6 million a year is incredible to me. It's incredible to me. And even people who aren't so good with trading have been interested in those numbers, right? They're like, what? So yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. So also I'm going to tell you about some of the other things that maybe weren't so sexy that prevented me. Well, that tried to prevent me. They tried to prevent me from coming. But as I said in an earlier episode, my will was so strong that it could not be beaten by anything. So let me tell you something else about what happened. So I chose the Freehand Hotel. And you're thinking it's a hotel. It's got little rooms, big rooms, etc. Yes. But also it had hostel rooms. Hostel rooms. Now, hostel rooms are like, double-decker beds, and you just go in there to sleep and move. And I was thinking, well, that would be good for me. First of all, it was recommended by David. I wanted to get a sense of what his life was like, right? I wanted to get a true sense of what his life was like. And so getting in that space was interesting because you're talking about paying for a bed in a room full of beds, right? And I haven't had that experience oh, since high school. Since high school. So we had a trip. We had a trip. I think I don't remember what grade it was, but we had a trip. We went to Washington D.C. and they put us up in the hostel, and we were like, "Well, it's all us though." We took up the whole room. We took up the whole room, so it was all us, and so there was a different kind of feeling there. So I put out a message to the group in LA saying, "Hey, does anyone want to come and do this hostel with me?" No one replied. No one replied. No one replied. I was like, "Oh man, all right." So I guess I'll do it myself, and then maybe someone will help that has come through that place. So what I mean by that is someone else in my program will happen to be in the same space. No, that was not the case. I was, interested in this space with these different beds, and I had to move quickly because my ladder. First of all, I got an upper bed. I got an upper bed. I didn't know. I thought you just went in and choose your bed, but I had a specific bed. My bed was up, right, and the ladder was up here with half of the bed on this side and half of the bed on this side, and it came right up in the middle. And I was like, how am I supposed to get up this thing? And I was trying to get up my bed, and I was like, so it was really kind of messy. It was really kind of messy. But as you know, if you've been following my show, like the time left over for us to do much of anything was very small. Like everything was in the field of trading, really. And so what happened was I came up after that night, and I barely got up to bed, and I fell forward and I was out. Like I was out because I was tired, seriously tired. So that was something. So I had to switch my bed. I switched my bed to a bed that had a full-time ladder. Like the full-time ladder was it, and no trying to shift over to one side or another. So that was good. And I decided to keep it up top instead of asking for one bottom because I wanted to see what the universe was trying to bring me. Because the universe gave me a top bunk to begin with. I was like, woo, because my side, right? And so me trying to do the ladder, even though it was just a singular ladder, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough, but I felt that the universe wanted to give me the challenge of trying. So I was like, and trying to fight for my energy and fight for, every time I got out of that bed, I kept trying to figure out, now which way should I get out this time? I did not get out of that bed the same way every time. Every time I got out of the bed a different way because I was trying to make it more comfortable for me. So anyway, I just stuck with it. I stuck with it. So that was another thing that could have kept me out of the space, But as I said, I did my trading, and then that was all my mind had capacity for. So that, and also one more thing about the beds. What is the one thing that I didn't think of? What's the one thing that I didn't think of? You try to answer that question, and I'll come back and see if I got an answer. But meanwhile, let's see. Check my comments right quick. Here's Fee King sitting right across the street from right across the room from where I am. You can be tired and show up for your show, even though you're tired. Inspiration. Let's go. Yeah. That's. Yeah, I mean, I chose to not go as far as the universe wanted me to not go and try to squeeze past the ladder, but I did stay on the upper level. And Fee King is passing her guest right quick. You didn't ask when to switch beds. No, so I had to switch beds from the admin of the hotel. So they shifted me and they got me in, and they said they were tired of people switching beds without telling people. And I was like, what? Why wouldn't someone tell you? And they're like, because they don't try and do. So anyway, a lot of drama from there. And so what I'll just tell you, I neglected to consider snoring. Man, I did not think about snoring. Now, most of the time, I was too tired. To sleep, to worry about snoring bothering me. But there was occasionally a couple of times I was like, what is going on? Like, my man needed the CPAP. He needed the CPAP machine because he was like going, I mean, like this. I mean, it was loud. But thankfully I was too tired to even think about it and just fall out. I'm thinking about some ideas that I have for holding open a hostel. So some things. Every bed needs to come with headphones. Every bed needs to come with headphones, so you can lock yourself out. So anyway, thanks, Reverend Mel. It's good seeing you too. So let me let you all know that Fee and I went to see Reverend Mel's daughter, and she was performing in Jesus Christ Superstar. And we went and we checked it out, and we got to see everybody, to see Marco, to see both daughters. Well, see one daughter, the one that was in the show, was her last performance. She was taking a while to get back, so we sent her our love and our pictures and everything. But yeah, so we got glad we got to see you on Saturday too. And I was tired after that. I was tired. What I did, even though I was tired, what did I do? So that night I went to see a movie in my building. My building shows a movie every Saturday, and that night they showed Venom. Venom is a series of movies. Like, they've had a bunch of movies. I haven't seen any of them, but I caught this one, and I thought about it. Well, let me not get into it. But it resonated with me in a different way. Because, okay, I'll tell you. Because in the movie, it's a movie about a man who has a symbiote attached to him. So there's a different personality would come out, the head would pop out and go back in, and pop out, go back in, right? And so that struck me differently now, because I have not a symbiote, but I have a difference. I have a difference in my right side versus my left side. And I do sometimes imagine I'm talking to my right side. And so that really resonated with me. And so yeah, it made me stay longer. So my friend who went to watch the movie, he ended up leaving. He ended up walking out, but I stayed. I stayed because of that. Yeah, because of that. I shed. So anyway, let me get back to what I'm on today. So presentation topic, and what I'm going to do is talk about one of the chief lessons given to us by David. David, I thought what was so gratifying for me was hearing his stories, being from where I was to where, well, no, from where he was to where he ended up. Like his stories about being on the bus, on the train. His stories about being in that hotel I was in sleeping in the room, a hostel. And thinking about that, I used to think about that. Like, wow, he was really doing this, do all these things, but until he got shown the way. Let's say he figured it out, right? And so that gave me a lot of hope. But what I want to tell you is, he said that you don't study the fundamentals of trading. You study the fundamentals of you, right? You study the fundamentals of you. And I was like, what is he talking about? But it's so true. It's so true, because in any other field, any other job you do, you just find out what you got to do, and then you do it, right? You find out, you get a little more information about what you missed, and you just build and build and build. But day one, you got it, right? You know what needs to be done, and you find out what needs to be done a little bit more. But the fundamentals of you, yeah, thanks, Reverend Mel. The fundamentals of you are untouched by most, if any, of the jobs you've had have been untouched, right? So the fundamentals of you are very touched by trading, very touched. So let me give an example. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to even say. It's like, if you're impatient, let's do it like this. If you're impatient and you tell yourself that you're going to hold this stock for a week, right? The likelihood that you're going to hold that stock for a week when you're impatient is slim to none. You're going to just go. You're going to go trade, and then you're going to get stuck, and then you're going to lose your money, and then everything will happen. But you've got to really get in touch with who you are. In order to study the fundamentals of you, in order to become a great trader, a good trader even, right? Now, I'll tell you this. So in the world of trading, we've got this percentage that follows us around. It's like this percentage, right? And this percentage, it means the number of positive trades you've had versus negative trades, right? Just giving you the basics, right? Now, my number is around 60%. I think my number is around 60%. I don't pay too much attention to it because I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. But David, his, I mean, it's boggling. It's mind-boggling. His percentage is 90%. 90%. Like Tim Sykes, the man who is the umbrella under which David came up. Tim Sykes is a big guy. He's been able to turn 40 people into millionaires. So he's got 40 people into millionaires, right? So it's 40 people all got their things down, right? Tim Sykes, his number is 57%. 57%. And he's made millions of dollars. But David has made 97%. Like, what are you talking about? 90%? Like, even better than. It's incredible. It's incredible. But what he talks about is getting to know him. Getting to know the fundamentals of you. You've got to study the fundamentals of you. So if you're thinking that you're going to just try to learn how to trade and you're just going to get it, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. You have to look at you in the mirror and figure out what you want, how you operate, how you work. That's what you got to figure out. That's what you got to figure out. And that is tricky. That is tricky. Yeah, okay. So let's see. Uh-oh. Fee King said I'm teaching. Thank you, Fee King. Let's see what's saying. I am patient is fundamental to who I am and helpful in swing trading. Yes. I told her early on, so I give myself props for this. I told myself early on that Reverend Melissa has already done something bigger than me, better than me. Even though I've introduced her to trading, she's gone beyond me. Like, she's doing things that I can't do. And that's okay, because everyone will trade differently. Like, can you imagine that? If you got 10 people and you attach these 10 people to this one trade, all 10 people are going to do it differently. What? 10 ways? Yeah, 10 ways. That's incredible. Because, everyone's got to get comfortable with what you're comfortable with. Right? You got to get comfortable with what you're comfortable with, because the more you try to get gangplank, I think that's the word, gangplank on what someone is trying to do, you're trying to do what they're doing, but it's not really what you do. So that's why I say I'm not sure what I'm going to do first now in terms of David, because I know what he's doing, but I don't know if that's me. I don't know if that's me. So what he's doing, just for basics, his first claim to fame was shorting. Okay, so shorting basically means, I don't even want to explain it. I don't even want to explain it, because I don't want you thinking about it. And you know what? I realized this happened to me while I was out there. I asked one of the other participants, what is shorting? And he started telling me shorting. And then as he was telling me, the memories came back. I knew what shorting was, and I deleted it from my memory. I was like, oh no, I can't know this, because that'll throw me off. So I said, X. And it wasn't until he was telling me, I was like, oh yeah, I knew this. I do this, and I deleted it. I deleted it again because it's a type of trading where you can lose everything. David lost $150,000. $150,000, right? He sold it at $150,000, the opposite way of where he's going, right? $150,000, right? And you know what? The trade went further. It never came back. It went further than his $150,000, and he would have lost everything. He knows people that lost their careers. They stopped trading altogether. They stopped from that day forward. So it was serious. It was serious. So I told myself, I'm not trying to memorize this at all. So I'm back to that. I'm not trying to memorize it at all. No, I'm not trying to memorize it all. So I understand what David did, but I can't do it. I can't do it like that. I can't do it how he did it. But I'm learning the lessons. I'm learning the lessons. Ashe. All right, let's see. What other question we got? How many of I don't know are willing to work on fundamentals in order to transform ourselves inwardly in order to attract the desired outcome? Yeah, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. Like I'm saying it, you might be thinking, "Oh, that's fine, that's easy." Yeah, it's tricky, and the blessings upon me for having a stroke, because my stroke shook everything down to zero. So my personality is kind of developing, and that's helpful for me doing trades, because if I was so caught up in who I was, I don't know if the situation would go as well as it has been going. All right, let's see. Reverend Mel is saying, trading the other ways is like buying and selling by watching the stock is anxiety provoking for me. Yeah. So what Reverend Mel is talking about is if you sitting there watching the stocks, you put money in and you're waiting by watching the stocks, that is stressful. That is stressful. But some people more than other people, you've got to find your rhythm. Now, what Reverend Mel does is buy it and set a booby trap and get out. And that's what works. And she helped me with that. She helped me using booby traps because that's what I call them. I call them booby traps. And now I don't have to be as wedded to what's happening. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. Okay. All right, folks. I am out of time. Just remember to buy a hoodie. Remember to check out the podcast from all the way back to the beginning. You'll hear me read the book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace C. Wattles. You'll get a lot out of that book. So go to the beginning of this podcast and check it out. All right. So thank you. Thanks for coming. Let me do my favorite quote. Now is better than perfect. Ashe. And don't you know that I've gotten more energy by doing the show than I had when I started? Like you all have noticed clearly. Yeah, all right. So I appreciate that. And P got me up running. I was like, oh man, got me running before the time for the show. I was like, oh no. But I didn't say anything, and I made it. So thanks to P King for getting me out running. All right, folks. We will see you later, and remember that now is better than perfect. All right.